Duran. We're here in New York, and we've got a run on Broadway coming up, which is the way we're going to launch our new album, which is Duran Duran's Red Carpet Massacre. We're here at the Howard Stern Show, very excited.
We're so nervous.
We are like freaking out.
I'm sure you guys are doing all right.
No, we're really nervous.
Really nervous, mate. Psoriasis is coming out. It's like, oh god.
Did you say nervous?
Nervous? No, I didn't think so. All right, guys, good luck.
We're tired.
Yeah, it is a bit early.
But good job, there's grapes. I appreciate it.
And where there's grapes, there's grass.
Yes.
When there's grass,
There's
cows.
cows.
There's milk.
Right, and where there's milk, there's breasts,
And you know
which
where
brings
milk
us to the Howard Stern Show.
Of course.
Look who I'm here with. I'm here with Duran Duran. Welcome, gentlemen and lady.
Good to be here.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Good morning. We're up and early.
Yeah, these microphones are working good. Okay, I'm in business. Duran Duran. I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
Yeah.
I think I had you in my studio. I was trying to remember back when, like
a long time
1980
ago.
or something.
And that chick Fern, somebody was on it.
Fern.
Fawn Hall.
Fawn Hall.
Fawn Hall.
Fawn Hall.
She
No
was on
kidding.
the same show as we were on,
She was?
and
We never
everybody
had
was
Fawn
taking
Hall.
the piss out of her.
No, we had Fawn Hall on.
We did?
Yeah, with
Danny Sugarman?
with Danny Sugarman.
Oh,
yeah.
you're right. I forgot.
Yeah, we did. Well, it's good to see you guys. Now, what is going on, man? 85 million albums I read you sold. So you guys are all set. I mean, you
We're
don't.
going for 86 with this one.
This is it. You got a new album out.
Yeah.
You're out
Red
promoting a new
Carpet
album.
Massacre.
Is the record business now impossible? Because I just read that the Eagles set up a deal where they're only selling their new record at Walmart. The Spice Girls are only selling their record through Victoria's Secret. It's almost like the whole business has changed, that you can't even do business with a record
Madonna
company.
just left a
It has
record
changed,
company. Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
record companies are trying to do deals that are going to keep them alive, really, because they're the ones who got hit hardest. For us, we do great business playing live. We've got a career in playing music to people. It's and I think the whole thing is changing. So it's the record companies who are trying to find their level at the moment.
Would you hate getting into the business right now because it's so difficult to make money?
It would be nothing. I mean, when we got into it, it was probably like tough for people that got into it in the '60s.
Right.
I think it's as long as you accept that change is constant.
But how do you make money with a record now if everybody's downloading stuff for free?
Well, I think for quite some time now, people have been talking of the record as being a promotion device for concert tours.
I
For
see.
years, they've been saying that.
So does your record company now say, okay, you guys, we'll put out a record, but we want a cut of the concert tour? Do they
haven't
try
said
to?
that yet.
They haven't said that.
They haven't said
I
that
think-
yet.
Don't bring that up, Howard.
And they better
I
not
don't think
say
it's
it.
as bad as that, though. I think there are a lot of good bands around who do make records, and they really do sell.
Right,
But
It'll be
you
fine
also
until Google start their own label.
right.
you also brought up the question: who's paying for all of this?
The record
stuff?
company pays for
They're
all that.
paying
Yeah,
for this?
yeah. They want a return. They want it. They
Right.
want it to happen. Duran Duran, what a history you guys have. Now, tell me if I got this right, because this has got to bug you guys. Although maybe nothing bugs you guys. You seem pretty happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean?
What could be bugging them?
Well, your one of your guys, Andy Taylor, left the band.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, is he writing a book about you guys?
Yeah.
Now, doesn't that bug the crap out of you? What is he going to say?
Somebody's got to do it.
You're all right with that?
I think it's going to be cool. It's about it's good for it's exciting in a way because it would look bad if we did it, but now he's kind of outside of the group.
But is he friendly with you still?
Well, we
Only
don't
through his
really
lawyers.
have a relationship.
So, in other words, you're going to get trashed in the book.
I don't think he's going to trash us because he's going to keep the door open because you never know,
Yeah.
with these situations.
He
You
might
know,
want to
any of
come
the
back.
legal letters
yeah,
lately?
you can never say never. So
What is going on legally? Why is he sending you legal letters?
Over to Nick,
All right, Nick, you're in charge of this
the
one.
lawyer in the band.
Hey, here's our lawyer.
Oh, no, when things break up sometimes, we're having a divorce. So we just...
Why did he leave? What is his problem? I mean, it's a good
I don't know.
business.
That's exactly what we said.
that was what we said. What is your problem?
And what did he say to you? What is his problem? Why would you leave a band like this? So you guys can make.
All we heard was silence.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, come on. Why can't Axl work with Slash? I mean, ego,
Drives me. Who wrote the
pride.
majority of the songs, the big hit songs? Who wrote the majority? And you guys had a ton of hits. I mean, who wrote the? Who
We
wrote
did
the?
together.
They're all collaborations.
So did you say to him, "Listen, we're all good together. Why would we break up the collaboration?"
Well, we tried to put that to him, and
Right. Does he want money from you?
Obviously.
Did you send them a letter and say, how can you write a book about us? That's not fair.
No, we didn't.
Wow.
I think we
Do you have a law firm, Howard?
Well, I should because I would be
Wait,
curious.
I like what I'm hearing.
I mean, I love Robin. She wrote a book. She was writing about she wanted to stomp on my head. Remember when you were jogging, you wanted to stomp on my head and kill me? And I went, oh, my God.
Please.
It's
Just
terrible.
trying to get some motivation to run.
I think guys who leave bands are tired. I think he was just tired of playing Rio in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Don't you think so?
Man, we don't go to Milwaukee
How
that
would
often.
anybody possibly be tired of playing Rio in Milwaukee?
It's a good song.
We live for that experience.
Talk to me
is that
about-
what Bill Wyman did with the Stones? I think he was
Is
just
that
like,
because it's that get off the road?
I think there is that to
Yeah.
it. He lives
what's he
in
gonna do?
Ibiza. Hello.
Oh.
He lives in Ibiza. Warning sign.
Is he the one with the rich
Okay,
wife? Who's
and they
got
only
the rich
have
wife?
one-way flights out of Ibiza.
You've got the rich wife. Why didn't you? You could retire
I knew
into.
you were going to mention that.
Isn't your wife the creator of Juicy?
She is.
Juicy
Couture?
Juicy
They're angling for
Couture.
free clothes, Johnny. Careful,
knew you were gonna
careful.
bring
My daughter loves that Juicy Couture. In fact,
Absolutely.
today we're bringing her a sweatshirt actually
All
from
right.
there. Your wife hit the mother load, right?
She did.
Is she worth more than you? She is, right? Are you guys jealous of the way he married?
In this place,
I mean, are you jealous of his situation?
No.
No,
You are not.
we all wear Juicy all the time.
You do.
Yeah, we just get a lot of free clothes.
I'm not saying we're close in this band, but we're kind of all married to each other's wives in a way.
You guys could have all married anyone you wanted. I mean, talk about sex symbols. You could have any woman you want.
you could have banged my prom date in '85. Absolutely.
And Simon,
I think we did actually.
Ow, you bastard.
Simon, you married a model, of
Yeah,
course,
Yasmin.
of course,
Yeah.
Yasmin,
And we're still married.
and you're still married. Isn't that remarkable in this day and age?
It's shocking to me.
Did everyone say to you? Did everyone?
I look at all the fun I could have had.
Exactly though, as the lead singer, did you sit and say, I married this woman, she's a great woman, all this stuff, but did you have regrets? Did every one of your friends say to you, you're nuts to be doing this, you're at the top of your game, you can have any woman you want?
A lot of people did say that sort of thing to me, but when you meet the love of your life, and if you meet the love of your life when you're 25, you hang on to her. And that's what happened to me.
No regrets.
Absolutely.
Still in love with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
When your wife creates Juicy Couture, at first you think, what is this with the sweatshirts? This is a waste of money? Did you think that this was a waste of time?
When I first got to know her, I was really taken by anybody that I met that had her clothes, that was, they were really into them. Oh my God, I love my
She's got to be a
Juicy.
billionaire.
I was like, this is something really special. I knew that,
That's fantastic. Talk to me. I don't want to talk ill of the dead, but actually, I talk about ill of the dead all the time. Lady Di was a huge fan of Duran Duran. Princess Diana, huge fan. Did she offer to bang you guys? No. Did she seriously? Was she in love? Simon, she was in love with you, wasn't she?
No.
But you made
Wasn't
fun
like
of her.
that.
You thought she was a bit. What was the word that you used? I'm trying to remember at the time. Gaff.
What?
Like daft.
Shepherd's bush.
Daft.
Daft.
Oh, what? Like couple of crates short of a lorry load?
Yeah, she was a little bit nuts.
She wasn't. I think she was very naive.
Yeah.
I
What
think
is
she
it,
was, I
Gary?
think she's very sorry.
Yeah.
I think she was very naive,
You
and
do?
I think that she came into it as a very unworldly, and she had a very odd kind of introduction to this incredibly high-powered world. I do think it affected her. She definitely wasn't normal.
Every time we open the
I
dressing
can see
room,
that on the cover of The Sun tomorrow morning. Le Bon says she definitely
No, what I mean is she didn't have a normal life.
right?
you know?
But every time we opened the dressing room door, there she bloody was under the table trying to get an autograph.
Oh,
It was like-
being ironic.
Oh, there was that.
You said, can't your husband keep you under control?
Did I say that?
Yes.
And he could.
That's what happens when he gets up this early.
Isn't it great, though, to be just some guy one day and the next day you're in a hit band and you're telling the Princess of England, hey, man, can't your husband keep you under control? I mean, it is beautiful. What did you want to say, Gary?
I think I was joking.
Oh, you were joking. But it's great to be able to joke like that.
Doesn't that have inverted commas next to it, that quote?
Is it true you turned down Andy Warhol to make a new cover for one of your albums because you said the Stones had done it already?
No,
Is that true or false?
no, that's false.
Yeah.
Now, Rog thinks it's true.
Right. And what's think it's amazing true. about these guys, they hit it big all of a sudden, and they had a powerhouse career.
Oh,
big.
yeah.
but you were still living at home with your parents. That's how it happens. So you come back from your tour and you're huge, and then
and then they won't let us watch what we want to watch on the TV.
Yeah, really.
I mean, and
To go to bed at 10 o'clock at night.
It's like, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to get my own place.
It is kind of crazy. It really is. Now, who is this beautiful woman who sings with you? I'm quite captivated.
This is the fabulous Anna Ross.
Hello.
How you doing, baby? What's your
fine,
story? You married or you with any of these guys? I mean, what's going on?
No, I'm
with
not.
you?
No, I'm not blowing any of them.
Not,
no.
not that we haven't tried, but
unlike Lady Di, you're not blowing the band.
No, I'm not. No.
Well, you sound great. Now, I'm looking at a picture here, Simon, of your wife.
yeah.
That the guys just gave me off the internet. Topless. I could see why you married her. She's hot. Look at that. There she is. Is that her? Look at her. Beautiful girl.
That's my baby.
Yeah, nice.
yeah.
And what was it always a kind of relationship where you were monogamous, or were you as a rock star allowed to cheat? Were you allowed to? She seems like she might be.
She's the love of my life.
She is, and you never got into threesomes. You never got into any of that kind of stuff. No lesbianism with her in front of you with another girl.
Not that I know about.
Not that you know about. So it's a traditional relationship.
Yeah.
See, I always thought you guys were kind of wild, but maybe not.
Well, there are wild ones in the band.
Who's wild?
The guy with the sunglasses on.
Oh yeah, we know that.
The lawyer's wild?
Do you know why he's got sunglasses on?
Why does he have sunglasses on?
Because then he has projection of porno on the inside of the
So
lens.
you're talking about Nick.
24 hours a day.
Nick, I always knew Nick was a pervert, but that's good. I like that. How are you?
Very well.
Last time I saw you was in England.
It was, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were broadcasting from there.
Yeah, a long time ago. And Simon, what do you mean that? You know what I wanted to ask you about when you. There was a couple of things going on. Number one, I read that you say you, as a child, you enjoyed dressing up in women's clothing for real.
He still does,
and you still do.
I enjoyed dressing up.
As a woman,
That's my favorite. I wasn't sure whether they were women's clothes or men's.
Here's what
I
it
had
said.
a jockey outfit.
You say you've been dressing in women's clothing since you were a kid. When you were a kid, you wanted to be Rita Hayworth in a skirt. Did you think you were gay?
This is the press release that Nick Rhodes wrote,
I see.
isn't it?
Did you think you were gay at one point in your life? Is that because once
yesterday, wasn't it?
Did you guys think he was gay or something? I mean, seriously, that's a very feminine thing to do.
Hands on my hips, I can't do that.
But you were always into women. You never had gay sex.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Yes.
You just like to dress up as a woman.
No.
No.
I did once dress up as a woman, and it was for a show at the Edinburgh Festival, and that was a lot of fun. I just loved the way fishnets felt on my legs.
And what happened that you lost your testicle? Do you talk about that? You were
no, I haven't. I have a slightly reduced testicle.
You were on a motorcycle.
Yeah,
you had an accident.
I raced
heard
bikes, and I had a front end collision.
Well, you have the kind of life you
I thought
do.
we'd moved on from homosexuality.
When you have the kind of life you have, where you're a rock star, where you're married to a beautiful woman.
You think I needed two of them, two full ones, don't you?
No, why would you race motorcycles where you could get injured?
Well,
that doesn't make any sense.
You should ask me that question because that's very pertinent to the song that we've got out as a single. I'm not trying to segue into it.
Segue, I'll play a little of it.
It's the song "Falling Down" is about pride and arrogance, and I went through a period in my life when I just thought I was invincible.
Right.
And I had that accident, and I got back on and I raced again, and I had another terrible accident.
You do not ride these things anymore?
I ride bikes, but I don't race them any longer. It's the racing. It was the competitive thing. I was too competitive. I wasn't good enough.
And you were racing a yacht back in the 80s, I think?
I used to race boats.
And the thing capsized and you almost died.
That wasn't my fault.
Yes, but why risk this great life? I could understand
There's a theme developing, isn't there?
Why is everybody looking at me? That was my fault.
I could understand somebody who looks like me and has my kind of life capsizing and not really caring, but you have a good situation
The
going.
rumor was that Boy George had a submarine and fired a torpedo.
You see,
He tried to sink you.
It's innuendos. What the hell is going on?
Oh, God. Big your endo, mate.
Was Boy? Is there a lot of rivalry between bands? Boy
Yes,
George.
there is.
Boy
But it's
George
fun,
was.
though. There's nothing unsavory about it. It's fun. Of course you want your record to do better than U2's.
You've made negative comments about Bruce Springsteen, for example. You
Well,
say that he is not
personally.
talented. Yes, you have.
I have not.
Let me see. I'm going to read a
No?
quote from you. All right, John actually said this.
Oh, thank you.
All right, here's what he said. Bruce Springsteen is as popular as he is because he's mediocre. No one's going to tell me that Born in the USA is Stravinsky or Lennon or
Makes
McCartney.
this stuff up.
To be popular and to get enough to millions of people means that you have to be fairly low level.
In my defense, I think I said that in 1982.
What were you on?
Well, I was on my own trip.
Right.
I've come to respect Bruce a lot.
That's amazing. You
He's
said
actually
that
one of my favorite artists.
You said that
He is
before
one of your
Born in the USA came out.
It was a review. No, it was a review. It was a review show that Born in the USA was on. In fact,
Is that what it is?
and that's how I felt about it at the time, because I was raised on the Clash and Bowie and a lot of really out there stuff.
Right.
And to me, it was pretty pedestrian at the time. But I've come to see it in a different light.
All
in
right,
the
so
light
you've
of
changed
the Great
your
American
opinion.
Songbook. I have.
Right, all right. So you like Bruce Springsteen now.
Yeah.
Were you guys on a lot of drugs at that time? Was the band riddled with drugs? Was that
We got as many drugs as we could possibly get our hands on.
Is everyone off the drugs now? Is everyone clean pretty much?
Pretty much.
I haven't done a check this morning. The dog's not up yet.
Nick, you still having some
I
problems?
know, Anna's looking a little worse for wear.
I've got through, unfortunately, I've got through a few tissues this morning.
But did the band, did you guys try heroin? Did you try coke?
No.
Did you try, no, nothing like that. Nothing hard.
Well, we did maybe.
Maybe you tried it.
Do we have to be specific?
Yes. Yeah, this is an interview. You have to answer.
Do you still have the numbers of any New York dealers?
Yeah, we have our own problems here. So there are rivalries between bands. And you mentioned Boy George. At that time, would he sit and take knocks at Duran Duran and say you guys were horrible, and you would say he's horrible?
You know what happened in that time was that the press were. They kind of, we were young, and they kind of manipulated a situation where the rivalry became public,
Right.
And they would get people to kind of knock each other in the papers and things. And in our naivety, we were willing to disrespect other bands in the newspapers and things like that. It's something you don't do now. I don't have I don't have bad things to say about acts now,
Right.
Because I think it's just not elegant. It's undignified. You
Do
know?
shows like American Idol annoy you? I mean, you guys had to come
Well, I don't
up.
watch it.
You
so
do not
it
watch
doesn't annoy me.
Does it bother you that these kids who basically had absolutely no career get on a reality show, and then they have these huge careers?
Yeah, good luck to them. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
it's not the kind of career I would want.
No, you don't want that. Nick, you did a very smart thing in your life. I don't know if
Did
you,
I?
You're
What
not,
was that? I
You're
don't
not
remember.
married anymore, are you? But didn't you
No.
marry some kind of department store heiress?
No, that was all media stuff. I wish. Then it wouldn't have cost me so much money when I got divorced, you know.
Divorce kill you? I mean,
It didn't kill
monetarily.
me. I'm still here. but
You're still here. I mean, a lot of money goes out the
There was a
window.
little collateral damage.
Did you sign prenuptial agreements?
No,
never.
No, you never did that. Not in the early 1980s. I was only about 20 when I got married as well.
How much money as a band do you think Duran Duran has generated? I'm talking between
at least
touring.
20 billion, I would say.
No, come on. Between the albums, between the merchandising and everything else, it's a lot of money.
I
right?
never added it up.
Yeah, we don't spend time counting the money that everybody else got out of the band.
Yeah, but Simon, you're very smart. You didn't get divorced, and you've got your original income and all.
And my
of that.
wife's income.
That's right. So you've got a lot of money.
Dinkies one time.
Poor Nick's over there. They're dividing them up
Yeah,
like carpenter ants. How many times have you been married?
Well, how many? Only once.
Only once.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you only got cleaned out once. That's okay. All right. All
It's
right.
been-
Listen. So you say the new album is out.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
November 13th. It's
November 13th, and the new single is called Falling Down.
Yeah.
And you say this is about arrogance.
It's about pride coming before a fall. It's about how quickly your life can change, how suddenly you can go from being king of the world to heading for a big disaster.
Is this
It's
about
also-
you? And
Sounds like a
Duran?
divorce
it's,
to
it's
me.
very much it's very much about things that have happened to me, but it's for anybody. You know, everybody goes through these things in their lives, but more importantly, it's about being able to reach out for help and swallowing your pride enough to say, somebody please help me.
Are you saying that when you were at the top of the music industry, on top of your game, that you could have been an asshole to some people, you could have been arrogant, you could have been maybe not treated people properly, and now you are humble, you have some humiliation and all of
Yes.
this? That's what this song is about. Where is the half a testicle you lost, by the way? When you are brought to
it's
the
in
hospital,
a field in Wales somewhere.
when you are brought to the hospital and they tell you lost a testicle, I mean, you've got to panic, right? I mean, it could be the end.
Pardon?
Yeah, I say when they bring you to the hospital and they say your testicle is gone.
Yeah.
You got to. That's got to be the most painful thing.
They said I might lose one of them,
And you never did.
but
You
I had
never.
a very good doctor, and I
Good for you.
I drew a big arrow on one of my legs to show them if they had to remove one, which side the one they had to remove.
Well, thank God you still have both. By the way, the new album is called Red Carpet Massacre. I don't know why it's called that. Why is it called Red Carpet
Because
Massacre?
it's about modern life. It's about life in public and,
Yes.
and failure and success. It's about the kind of the world we're surrounded by. You know, on one hand you've got red carpet, on the other hand you've got massacre. Put them together, and what do you got?
Did you guys fight during the making of this album? Was it
We
weird to
always
work?
fight
You
dur-
always fight.
during the making of albums.
David, you're on the air in Phoenix. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard. Thanks
Hey.
for taking my call. Love you to death. Hate the fact you're not on Fridays. It ruins my week. Anyway, first of all, Duran Duran, you guys are so awesome. I've loved you for years. You to a Kill, best James Bond song ever. Gotta tell you that.
How does that come about? When you guys write a song for a James Bond film, they approach you and say, "Look," or you had already written the song. hadn't you?
That was a classic schmooze, actually. I mean, I met Cubby Broccoli at a post-Wimbledon party.
He is the producer of all the James
he
Bond
was
films.
yes, absolutely.
Right.
And introduced myself to him, and actually sort of said in my, grandiose way, "Hey, when are you going to have a decent theme song again?"
Right.
And he said, "You want to do it?" And it was literally like that, And the next day, I went down to the studios where they were filming. He introduced me to everybody. He got John Barry on the phone. "John, I want you to talk to John Taylor. He's in Duran Duran, and I want you guys to work it out and make this work."
So you wrote that song specifically for James Bond?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Mark in Boston.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, wanted to see if there was any fucking going on the Girls on Film video.
You guys are known. You always had the best-looking women in your videos. You were known for that. Would you have sex with girls on film? Did you guys have sex with any of them?
No, but we would have liked
done,
to. The brunette in particular, the ice cube on the nipple, we were all.
But why
I think the management got there first.
You guys make it seem like you're choir boys. I mean, I am sure a lot of sex
He was a
went on.
choir boy.
I was a choir boy.
Yeah, but you behave like a choir boy. You had tremendous amounts of sex, didn't you, before you got married?
Tremendous amount, and actually since I got married as well.
Were there
My wife is rampant.
Were there famous women in any of Nick? Come on.
In anybody's address book.
Were there famous women in your past?
Famous women?
Yes. Women that were very well known that you were able to
Madame
make love.
Bovary, Catherine the Great.
Not that I recall.
You never had Catherine the Great? Never.
No.
Everybody else did.
I can't believe that you guys are telling me that your sex lives were so
Yeah,
lackluster.
they sound like
tell you
life
that.
was boring.
No.
Come on.
They say that John got Christy Turlington. Is that true?
Oh, Christy Turlington.
I did get her, in fact, for the cover of the Notorious album, yes.
Did you make love to her?
No, I vowed to her.
That's a tepid no.
Has anyone ever come up to you nowadays and said, "Look, I have to break the news to you. I'm your child. You guys banged so much when Duran Duran back in the '80s." Did that happen, Simon?
We came out of got out of a limousine once, and we were here in New York. And as we came out, a news crew came marching up the pavement with a video camera and grabbed hold of John and said, "John Taylor, this is the mother of your child. What do you have to say about it?" And there's this girl, this kind of girl who was sort of hanging on and being dragged around. And John kind of put his head down, and we went straight into the building, didn't we? And it really freaked us out.
I mean, she'd constructed this elaborate sort of scam. I mean, her parents were even in on it. I mean, they supported the story that I went regularly to the house for Sunday lunch.
What does that do to your home life? I mean, does your wife just flip out?
It was a rough few days. That was,
Yeah.
because, at the back of your mind, you're thinking, no, it's not, is it?
Well, it's embarrassing, and also it can screw up your relationship because people start to believe that stuff.
Yeah, it's not what you need. And then, of course, typical tabloids, English tabloids, they turned it in the end. They turned it to this crazy person attempts to scam the media with, but we're smarter than that.
So you are supporting this kid? No, all right.
There is no kid.
And Anna, I'm captivated with you. I got to tell you, baby, you're looking very, very good over there.
Oh, why, thank you.
What's your story?
Under all this light.
No boyfriend?
Not at the moment, no.
No one's getting you, huh? What a waste. I swear to God. I could teach
Not while
you a
I'm
thing.
over here, anyway.
You ever married?
No.
That's
In
your
fact,
story.
I've never had sex, ever.
Really? You're a virgin. I believe it. Where did you guys hook up with Anna?
A very good friend of mine, a guy called Jerry DeVoe, who he'd spotted Anna when you were working with
We're doing
Lulu.
demos.
Oh, you'd done some demos with him.
Yeah, I did a lot of his demos.
I am so unprofessional. If I was the lead singer, I'd be banging you. I mean, that would be it. I would just.
Well, you could try.
I would. It would happen.
Really?
I think Anna's met my wife, and she knows that you've got to be careful around
Yeah, she's a
Yasmin.
fighter, isn't she?
What is
She's
the
a
dynamic
fighter.
in a band like this? Do you guys see each other hang out socially, or it's just a complete disaster when you do that? It's strictly business.
And we do when we're working together. We're we live out of each other's pockets. We go to clubs together. We go to bars, restaurants. We hang out. We go to the movies. We went to see Elizabeth the other day.
Yes. But then when it's over, the work is over, you never see each other.
Well, no, we do a bit. There's always times when there's invitations and things to go to parties. And
Sunday
we'll see each
afternoons,
other.
we sit at home and we watch old videos of ourselves, have some crackers.
That's great. Yes, you get together and watch all your old videos. I admire that. Does it make you sad that the art form of rock videos is just about dead? Nobody really shows them anymore, do they?
You haven't seen that? Oh, I see what you mean.
Well, no one will show ours. Ours got banned. It just got banned in England.
For the new single?
Yeah.
Why? Too many hot chicks?
Too many hot chicks with beautiful breasts.
Are the breasts bared? I mean,
the breasts are totally bared and up for all to see.
Now, that's a band.
I was going to say up for grabs for a minute.
Right, that's smart.
You remember that video? What's the one where you're on the front of that boat? And
Rio.
That's Rio.
Yeah.
Now, does that broad ever come back? She's got to be ugly now, that broad.
Rima.
She's still hot, or is she?
I haven't seen her for a long time. She's pretty good last time I saw her.
I think she moved to Milwaukee.
Really? She didn't hit the wall. Well, I got to tell you something.
She's got to be 48 if my math is correct.
Thank you for playing. As someone sitting here watching you guys play, I can imagine this show on Broadway will be great. Now, what is it? An hour and a half? I mean, like a regular full-length concert?
No, we're actually coming out. It's like in two halves. The first half is like the whole new album.
Okay.
So it's almost like we've got an opening act.
Right.
And they come out and nobody in the crowd really knows the music yet. There's been a couple of songs on the internet, and then after that, then we there's an interval, where you can flick through your playbill.
Right.
And then we do what we're calling an electro set, which is our take on the acoustic set, which has become the industry standard over the last few years. And it's all synthesizers. We're all playing synthesizers. It's like a Kraftwerk homage. And it's sort of like a 20-minute kind of dance-a-thon kind of thing.
Right.
And then it's the old... Then we get back into this thing, the organic rock out.
Well, it sounds good. This was a lot of fun. Great having you guys here.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Great.
All right. We're going to take a break.
Everybody.
And then we'll get back to, doing the usual crap that we do. Yeah.
Thank you, Howard Stern.
Now, was it weird having Howard ask you about, your sexual life and the bike accident with the testicle?
It was. I wasn't expecting that. You never do. But then again, I think we don't go into situations like this expecting anything, and you've got to be able to deal with it. And once you kind of get used to the idea that you're going to be talking about personal stuff and that, then you're fine with it. It's good to have questions like that. It clears out the cobwebs a little bit. Makes you question things. And it's funny.
Mixes things up, right?
Yeah. No, it's good. It's healthy.
Great.
We enjoyed it.